Alright, welcome back guys. We're here yet again with Teacher Mark. So today we are going to be talking about common expressions. Okay? So this class is possibly one of the most useful literally for you as students, in that these are some of just the most common expressions you will hear day to day, and as we know, there's really a small amount of vocabulary and expressions that make up an enormous percentage of what we say daily, right? Commonly. So I think you'll quickly find that these are things we use very often. And what we also need to know about these common expressions is that they often have more than one way to pronounce it, and this is because of a naturally occurring event in language that we call reduction or blending of words, and this occurs naturally with most languages. Really, this is just the simplification of pronunciation for the ease of use of the speaker. So what this means here we are here in Spain, and what this means in Spain is you can see this a lot in Andalusia. The Spanish language is a bit different in that it's not a stressed-based language, but a syllable-based language. But people will reduce the sounds to their simplest possible form. Just for speed and for ease of use, it's less difficult, right, than making the full pronunciation. So today we're going to be looking at some common expressions that you will see all the time. And perhaps the first one we should use is a little bit humorous in that, as I said, here we're in Spain. So in Spain, a chair is una silla. So that is the first expression we're going to look at. If we see this, common ways you say goodbye informally, see you, or often it's just reduced to see you. It's really going to be more of a see ya. That you is often reduced to a ya. It's almost like this, ya, phonetically. See ya. Okay? Which again in Spanish sounds almost exactly like chair. See ya. See ya. Okay, very common expression. Let's look at some more. Here's another one, right? We often begin, questions in a form like this. What do you? Okay, and as I mentioned in the beginning, these expressions often, and with most reduced expressions or words or sounds, blended words, they do have two, or in some cases even three different pronunciations. Like in the case of a, the letter a, right, the article, or in the, and there's a third way to pronounce as well. But the point is, if you want to make emphasis, we don't generally reduce it. Okay, so if we want to be clear, or put more stress, or in some ways change, it does change the meaning of the expression, depending upon how we emphasize the individual components of the expression. What do you want, for example? It sounds strong, right? What do you want? It's very clear, very direct. As opposed to, what do you want? What do you want? And that is going to reduce this to a what a ya, what the ya. What do you want? What do you want? Okay. By the way, this that is the most common sound in English. That is the schwa, right? Which has this phonetic symbol. So, what we will do now is talk about some of these common expressions. And I want you all to tell me a few things. Let's make sure we know what they mean. Let's talk about how they may reduce. And then let's think about where they may be used. And what I mean by that is formal. Is it potentially a formal situation where we use these expressions? Is it informal? Can you imagine? Can you sort of project yourself into a situation where you might use some of these expressions? And let's look at these now. So we already said see ya, very common. Okay. We also said what are ya? Right? So let's just look at a few more that are very common. Okay. But how about, okay. I don't understand. Well, we already see it's been reduced in a certain sense with the contraction here. Don't, right? Would you all say this is a very useful expression? I would say so. Especially while we're learning a new language, we need to keep in mind that there are going to be situations in which we have to take some risk and let our fellow speaker know if they are a native speaker that perhaps we don't understand something. So, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, for me, with my American accent, we often almost reduce that T down to nothing. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's not I don't understand. Okay? So I don't understand. There we have one example. Let's see if we can find one more, and then I'll ask you to start to think about your own. Okay, here's another one that's very common. We'll see it all the time. Again, these are useful and they're commonly reduced because they are used so often, in a sense. It's almost a circle. So it's important to learn these phrases so you hear those small little differences, you recognize them more, you can identify them more, and then you can also sound more native and speak with perhaps more fluency. So, nice to meet you. Okay, I'm sure you all understand this, the level you have. Nice to meet you. I'm sure you also understand this. Which is more useful, do you think, to your class? Okay, this is your opinion. You can have whichever you want. Nice ta. This is reduced. Not a tu, it's going to be a ta. Nice to meet. Nice to meet ya. Nice to meet ya. Meet, and that's going to be a soft D, meet ya. The U is almost always reduced to a ya. Nice to meet ya. Nice to meet ya. Sometimes we'll get a little sha here also, right? Okay, 2 examples. Hope you enjoyed that. We will talk more now, okay?